Testing. Okay.
Are we live?
Yes, we are live now.
All right.
Oh,
You guys
hi.
want to introduce
It's gonna
yourself,
take a
name and
second.
pronoun?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's introduce ourselves.
Oh yeah, we do issue need to pronouns.
Okay, so Beck/Right
I don't know if
Day
it's
Haven
up.
is first on the screen.
Me?
So
Oh,
yes, we have two
hello.
Becks.
Hi, I'm Beck. My pronouns are they, them, and my handle is ry.dayhaven.
Oh, I'm next. Sorry,
Hazel.
I think. Sorry, I haven't been on a live stream in a while. I've just been running behind the scenes. I'm Hazel. My handle on TikTok is Hazel the Radar. My pronouns are she/her. So.
Alright, me now. Hey, I am Beck, but with a C. I'm born to be a book nerd on TikTok, and my pronouns are they, them, or she, her. Cool with either.
I'm Abby. My handle on TikTok is Abby Burge, and I use she, her pronouns. Harvey.
I'm so sorry. They're on a different order on my Zoom. Hi, I'm Harvey, or If Angel Cosplay. That's my user, and I use he, him, or they, them pronouns.
Hi, I'm Reina. I'm Regal Reina on TikTok, and I use she, her.
Oh, hi, I am Soul. I am tealthefox.cos in any handle, I guess. And I do they, him pronouns.
Hi, I'm Peyton. I'm Raccoon Prince on TikTok, and I use she, her pronouns.
Peyton, you're such an icon.
You're an icon.
I know.
Peyton, I love you.
An icon.
Not enough people follow Peyton. Y'all
I
need to
know,
follow
Peyton.
Peyton is an icon. This is true. This is the
You
truth.
guys are the icons, and I love you with my whole heart.
Yeah.
We're all icons here.
I'm not an icon. I'm just
Icons
Simon here.
only.
No.
So weird.
Oh.
Anytime that you insist that you're not an icon, it infuriates me.
Same.
I'm not. Guys, I'm just like,
Also, for
Hey,
those who can see,
I'm out of
this is-
cosplay, so I can say this, but babe, I know you're watching, and I love you.
Aw, that was
Aw.
so
so cute.
wholesome.
I know.
Dude, that's gay.
We can't top
Wait, I
that.
like this
so.
topic. Sorry, I'm gonna take the first question. Well, for everybody, but I'm gonna
Dude,
choose the
dude.
first question. Fave books. So I do love the Percy Jackson books. Yes, I do love them, but they're not my favorite books. My favorite books are the Fablehaven books by Brandon Mole.
Yes, I
They're
love the
so
Fablehaven
good.
books. Me and my
Ah!
brother regularly talk about awesome dollars and idiot points.
I
Like, it's a
need
regular conversation me
more
and my brother talk about.
Fablehaven fans and Dragon Watch fans. That's the second series, kind of like Heroes of
Fablehaven and
Olympus.
I'm not up to date on Dragon Watch, but Fablehaven is so good.
It's
Are you
good.
I've
It's
never
good.
read that. I need to read that.
Yes, okay, if you like Percy Jackson, you'll probably like pretty much anything by Brandon Moore. I like all of his books. Beyonders is
the
also
Beyonders are
so good.
The Beyonders
Five
is also
Kingdoms
so
is really good. Sorry, I am a Brandon Moore stan.
Brandon Mole is just an icon. I love him.
His writing's really good too. Like I really like his writing.
It's
A lot of
really
his
good.
characters are really young, like around the age of like 12ish. Like they get older in Dragon Watch because it's continuing the series. But it's really good. Despite the characters being young, the books are really good and relatable even for like adults. And it's good.
Yeah,
It's really
especially
good.
if you have especially if you are a little sibling or you have a little sibling, especially if you're a sibling in general. Like, there's just so much good sibling content in this book. Like, he gets how
Okay.
siblings interact.
It's
This
really
is-
good.
I'm
It's
adding
really
yet
good.
another book to my list.
I was
Oh,
considering
same.
doing like
It's a
Squishy Heart.
set of 5 books. And
There
then
are
there's
so
a
many
sequel
books on my
series.
list
I need
already.
to read. I need to read.
I still have to read Children of Blood and Bone, which was the book that Squishy Heart recommended to me, and I only read part of it before I like got distracted. But
Can I go next?
Yes.
well, I was just gonna answer real quick since I'm
After
already
Abby, yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so while the Reord universe and the Percy Jackson universe is my favorite book universe, my favorite book of all time is The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. It is an incredible book, and it's narrated by a dog. I highly recommend it. It's really good.
Send me the list. Send me the thing.
I will send you the title.
Okay, so me, I was forced to read classic novels. So one of my favorite poet, it's Edgar Allan Poe, and then my favorite books, it's I'm Jules Verne fan. I'm a Verne. I love Jules Verne. I have read the Jules Verne books, both English and Spanish, and I just wanted to know French so I can learn so I can read them in French. But I don't know French. But of course I love the Percy Jacksons. But I just love Jules Verne. Like, he was the father of fanfiction. So
Percy Jackson is also not my favorite book series. Princess just dropped the name actually of my favorite book series in the comments, but The Raven Cycle is my absolute favorite book series of all time. I love them all so much, and I 100% have plans to cosplay characters from it. If anybody is watching that likes the series, I have plans to cosplay from it. I love it a lot. If you're into like fantasy, but also like modern fiction, and you want gay, read this series. That's where I'm at. It's really good. Yeah.
Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo is also amazing.
I gotta say, classic lit, Pride and Prejudice, poetry, Emily Dickinson. Current sci-fi favorite is I don't know if any of y'all have read the Illuminae files, but it's so good, so good. And I also like I grew up on Hitchhiker's Guide and Percy Jackson and Harry Potter, and I'm just anything I can get my hands on that I can read, I am down for.
Nice.
I like The Outsiders a lot. The Outsiders books, I have a poster right there. It's my favorite book of all time. I love it so much. I've read it so many times.
My favorite book is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. Like anything that Ray
So
Bradbury.
much.
I love that book too. Oh,
I love it so much. It's so
I read it in
good.
high school.
I'll be
You know,
so
I read
honest.
it in
I-
5th grade, and then I read it again middle school, and then again, and I plan on reading it again soon.
I'll
And it's just
hold
one of
on
those
to
books where if you as you grow up, you should keep rereading it because you just notice more and more. And I really want the copy that you can actually burn.
It
We're gonna
is
That you
get
need to burn
booted
in
soon.
order
Fahrenheit
to
is
read
so
it, because
good.
it's about book burning. Okay, I think
The
I'm
Zoom
gonna
call
get
is
that.
in fact
And hi
ending
to
soon.
Alina.
We're
By the
about
way.
to get booted.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
no.
He
about a minute and 10
Alina,
seconds.
I
like-
have. I'm holding on to a question that in my head that I'm gonna say once we come back.
Okay. The only thing I wanted to add
wait,
too is
Hayden.
that I've. What?
Oh,
Sorry.
No, continue. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just was gonna say I have considered. I kind of dropped the idea because I wasn't that much interest in it. But doing something sort of Squishy Halt on TikTok. She was reading the Percy Jackson books on live streams on TikTok. So I have considered doing Fablehaven or Beyonders on there. If people are interested in that, then maybe I'll actually do that on TikTok. But
You should.
anyways, not on
I would-
YouTube because copyright. So.
Yeah, because copyright.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we have like 5 minutes until we get we have to do all.
Less
Oh wait,
than
less than a
1
minute. What the heck?
Yeah, less than a
And
minute
when we
until we
come
40
back,
minutes.
Peyton,
That's
tell us
why
your
I was
favorite book,
warning
okay, Peyton? We love you.
Okay, so we're gonna have to disappear for like I don't know a tiny bit of time.
Get
and then
ready
we'll
for
pop
the
back
really
on.
cute waiting animation that you're gonna get.
We're a
Yeah.
little bit
Oh,
worried.
yeah.
The animation's
See if
not,
Princess Pony's
Oh,
81.
the animation's not
Princess.
animating right now. I don't know
Think of
why, but I'll try to fix it while we're getting the live stream back up.
Oh, I see another question that I'm gonna hold.
Oh yes, the animation is working. We are live again. Hello
We
guys.
have returned.
I should
Okay.
probably turn off the elevator music.
Sorry for the yeet.
Yeah, sorry for
Sorry,
Okay.
Biggie, we're back.
We've tried so many different streaming video conference softwares. We've literally tried them all, I think, at this point. And despite Zoom kicking us after 40 minutes, it's still the best.
Yeah, I mean
So-
that
Yeah.
one stream that y'all did on Jitsi, Neeks couldn't even hear most of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing
I
was
think
gonna say-
Beck was the only one who hasn't, not Beck with a C, but Beck with no C. I think you're the only one who didn't say your favorite book.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it was Peyton.
No, Peyton said their favorite book.
Peyton said
wait.
her favorite
Are we?
book.
Did we all
Oh,
say
yeah.
our favorite
all
book?
did.
I think we did.
We
Yeah,
all
I think
did.
so.
There was
Beck said she was holding on to a question.
yes.
Yeah, I saw someone in the chat, a Neeks, but not our Neeks, a different Neeks.
There's so many needs.
But they asked if anyone in the panel is ADHD and or dyslexic, like
I'm both.
their characters.
Also,
I am ADHD, but not dyslexic, and I'll let the rest of y'all answer for yourselves.
I am ADD, not technically ADHD, but it's very, very similar. And I'm not dyslexic, but ADD for sure.
Not dyslexic, but ADHD.
I am ADHD and dyslexic. So, yay. It's your boy, Leo Valdez.
I'll go last because mine takes a lot of explanation. So, but anybody else want to add in before I?
I think
Anyone?
Beck had their winners.
Me,
But-
yeah, I'm ADHD, and I've been ADHD for a very long time, but nobody decided to tell my mother, so that was a fun time.
Oh, I love
Mood.
that I started vibing really hard with the books, and it wasn't with the Percy Jackson books, and then it wasn't until I was an adult that I got an ADHD diagnosis, and I'm like, this explains a lot.
Foreshadowing. Mine was the opposite. I didn't. I got diagnosed with ADD in the first grade, and I didn't read the Percy Jackson books until I was in college. So.
Mood.
Yeah. So I'm ADHD. I'm not dyslexic, but I am dysgraphic, which is some people. I feel like it has a different definition in Canada because I talked to somebody in Canada that disagreed with me on my official medical diagnosis of dysgraphia. So I feel like there are different things in Canada, but I'm not 100% sure. But when I got diagnosed with dysgraphia, I was explained to me that basically it's like the other side of the coin of dyslexia. So I don't have an issue reading or that, but I do have an issue writing. So my handwriting never improved past like a third or fourth grade level. So I have really, really, really difficult bad handwriting. I also have a really hard time. I flip my letters a lot, and I'll flip my numbers when I write. No issues I'm reading. It's just when I write, such as I'll like write my N backwards or my 3 backwards and that kind of stuff. And then spelling is also really hard, as is sometimes grammar. It's mostly just like identifying grammar that's hard for me. I kind of innately know grammar just from reading a lot. So like a lot of times when I'm writing, but if you ask me to tell you why I wrote something a certain way grammatically, I cannot tell you. So I'll just be like, I don't know. That's what it looks like in books. So, anyways.
Okay, I have a question, and I saw it and I automatically knew that we had to answer it, and it was thoughts on Blackjack being a trans king, and I support all of my trans brothers
We stand.
and sisters,
Yeah.
so
Trans
and siblings.
Blackjack rights.
Trans Blackjack
All
right.
our trans
Yes.
siblings.
What else?
And then also White Wolf 64 Tiff, our person who writes our OT4 content. Thank you for my life. Also, we will not be answering OT4 questions, so please don't ask now that I've mentioned it. I'm so sorry. My bad.
It was not me who slipped up. It was not me who slipped up. Okay.
It wasn't me this time either.
It wasn't me.
Wait, my auditory thing just, my brain doesn't like me right now. What did I miss?
No
I brought up the
OT4
OT4, so
questions.
please don't ask me questions. I'm sorry I brought it up. My point was
Yeah. We're gonna hold
generally
OT4
if we see a
questions.
new chapter of camp content go up, which is the naturally fic that's out, which I love anyway. Us 4 will call each other and then we'll read it out loud.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
so iconic.
Yeah.
We do
So,
that.
I just wanted
Do
to
that.
address something. So we was talking about borderline dyslexia and dysgraphia. I don't know exactly how it works. I was in 6th grade when I got diagnosed. Basically, they ruled out dyslexia because I read a lot and I never had any issues reading. Like I had no, I mean, when I was a late reader, but once I started reading, I had no issues reading. So, but I don't know how it is if someone isn't as much of a voracious reader. Like that could be a mixed diagnosis. I don't know. I had to go to like a super specialist though, because it's a pretty under talked about thing. So.
I know, wrong stream. Please, I know wrong stream. I know it's the wrong stream.
I
We'll have an
wanna-
OT4 stream, I promise.
I want to point something out. So somebody asked Hazel, how did you come up with the stream ideas? And it actually was not Hazel who came up with the idea for the streams. It was the wonderful and amazing Princess Ponies 81, this has been a dream of theirs for a very long time.
Yeah, so Princess Ponies, they came up with the amazing idea. in our Discord, and I am the kind of person that when I see an amazing idea, I'm like, how can we make this happen, and what do I need to do to bring this to life and help you? Because I don't know, that's my job basically as assistant director, state manager. It's taking the director's vision and making it happen logistically. And so when Princess Ponies came with this idea, I was like, can I help? Please, please, can I help? I want to help. So I just do the back end. That's it. Not my idea at all. Yeah.
I'm just like, I have like a list of questions to answer as they're coming up, and I'm saving them, just so you're aware.
One before we got yeeted from the Zoom call, which was, why did we all start cosplaying?
Oh.
Oh,
Story about that.
That is a loaded
I
question.
have a
but yes.
story.
Me too.
I also have a story.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go.
I mean, I'll go first. Mine's not that long. It's just a story. So I started cosplaying in 2017. I was going to my first con, and in my head, I had been following the cosplay community for a while at that point, which I was following a really toxic cosplayer at the time, but it's fine. I found better role models, and we're in a good place now. But in my head, it was, oh, if you're going to a con, you have to cosplay, even though you can totally go to a con and not cosplay. But I was like, no, you have to cosplay. So I put together this Miss Martian from Young Justice cosplay. It was my very first cosplay, and I put together a Rachel Elizabeth Dare cosplay. And those were my first two cosplays for my very first con. And my body paint wasn't the best, but it was actually pretty decent for my first cosplay. And it was a really good cosplay. And that was my first cosplay, and then I cosplayed the next year for my next con. And then I didn't get to go to any cons last year because I was moving and stuff. And so I started TikTok, and here we are.
I have a very similar story to Harvey, I feel like, because I also was like, one of my dad's friends for college is a comic book illustrator, and so he always goes to Emerald City Comic Con and gets us free tickets occasionally. And so I got to go for free when I was I think I was like a sophomore in high school or junior high school. And I was like, yeah, you got to cosplay if you got in a con. And my dad was kind of embarrassed of me, I think, just a little bit because I was too enthusiastic. But was like, okay, whatever, I'll support you. So I went 3 days to Comic-Con, and I went as a random S.H.I.E.L.D. agent on day 1. And then I think I did Hermione on day 2 and Peggy Carter on day 3. I still cosplay both Hermione and Peggy to this day. I've improved their cosplays a lot, though. And then,
May I go?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So for me, it was a way to express myself and be like who I am with other people, because my family is so different from me. They're like live in another world than me, and this is the only way I could like express myself and be who am I with other people, and love like the things without being judged. And then I love theater, like a lot of us here. And cosplaying was a way of acting for me, and so is the streams. Like, it's a way of acting. So it's just, I love cosplay because it reminds me of acting, and I can be myself, and I love it.
Okay, is it cool if I go? Because I have a fun story pertaining to the reason that I cosplay Percy Jackson specifically. So I actually I started on TikTok cosplaying Marvelosies. And also, I'm so sorry, I got so distracted. I need to acknowledge the amount of people who are talking about my shoulders right now, because it's a lot.
The shoulders is just amazing.
This is the first time I've had my shoulders hit on in a live out of character.
Hey, your shoulders?
Yep, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so I started TikTok cosplaying Marvelosies, which did not earn me much. And then I started seeing all of these Percy Jackson cosplayers on my TikTok. And I hadn't read Percy Jackson, so I was like, what do? So I read Percy Jackson because I wanted to understand the cosplayers. And then I ended up cosplaying Percy Jackson. I started cosplaying with Annabeth, and it was a really bad cosplay, and we don't talk about my Annabeth cosplay. And then I accidentally cosplayed Clarice, and then it just became my thing. So here we are.
Love it. Can I go real
Oh,
quick?
they can see our chat on the Zoom.
Sorry, it's because the chat rebooted, and I have to disconnect every time we reboot.
Oop.
My bad.
No, it's fine.
Should I just tell my story to recover from that?
Go
Yes.
for it. Go for it.
So
I've done that too, Beck. Don't even worry.
I I thought that was a good way to do things. Oops.
It's fine.
Uh,
It's got off the screen now. We're good.
I actually only
sorry.
started cosplaying a few weeks ago. And the fact that I am here already is kind of wild to me. I initially joined TikTok to see D&D memes, and then a couple of the people I followed for that started, like, we're also posting, like, OC cosplays and the like, and I went into that, and then one of the people I found through them was cosplaying PJO, and I was like, oh, my hyperfixation from childhood. And I dove into that tag, and then I started following a lot of the people that are here now, and that are my friends now. And I was like, this is so fun and cool. And then a little thought in the back of my brain went, hey, you have this stuff. You could definitely, just with stuff you already have, cosplay Talia. And I was like, well, I guess I'm doing this. And
But you
then
did.
shortly after that, I got to meet all of these lovely people, and now I'm here. And actually, this morning, I hit 300 followers on TikTok, which
Woo!
is
My God.
wild to me.
And they deserve so much more. Go follow them.
I know. Go
Yeah.
follow. Go follow them.
them.
Follow
love-
them.
I love
They're
Thank
my,
so
you for the
my
love.
big sister so much. Listen,
Yeah,
they are my cosplay big sister. Okay.
it's
Anybody else
true.
wanna answer
It's
that
true.
question about how they started cosplaying?
Peyton, did you want to go?
I'll go. Sorry, I'll be real fast. I'm bad at talking about myself. So essentially boils down to escapism, fun, and making friendships, which is you guys. I love y'all. And that's my whole answer. Sorry.
I loved when you posted and you were like, I would sell my soul to get into the Percy Jackson cosplay community on TikTok, and I was like, congratulations, you're here now.
Yeah.
Raina, do you
Oh,
want to
I'm
go?
the one who invited
Raina,
Zach,
Raina.
Nosi, to the server. So, like,
Heck yes. All right,
No,
Raina,
there-
I
Raina, go.
want Percy Jackson cosplay friends. I was like, I got you.
I just found a link to the server and threw myself in. I'm so sorry.
No, we stand.
love
No,
you.
we
love
stand
you.
you.
So,
Peyton, we stand. You are
Peyton,
one of
you
my
are
favorite animals.
fantastic.
But Raina, did you want to tell your story?
Raina.
yes. Okay, so I first started reading the Percy Jackson books when I was in 4th grade, and I actually read it out of order because my friends and I were fighting. Well, not fighting. We both wanted to check out The Lightning Thief, but there was only one copy in the library, so I was like, okay, I'll read Sea of Monsters first. Anyways, so there's my hyperfixation. And then when Son of Neptune came out, there was a woman of color character, and there was representation. So I cried over that. And then I used to run a Raina blog on Tumblr, and I wanted to make because I used to like role play and then I like making art, but I was like, wait, what if I turned myself into her? So that was like back in 2013, because I was really into arts and crafts and film. It was like a combination of that, running the ask blog, because I would make gifts and all that gifs, whatever. And then I was about to retire my cosplay back in December. I was gonna throw it away or give it away because I didn't need it anymore. I wasn't active. But then I had a dream. All right, guys. For the people who don't know, this is my. Okay, I had a dream that I met a big like Raina cosplayer, and specifically an Octavian and a Piper McQueen. And my dreams do this thing where they come true. And that's the story of how I downloaded TikTok randomly as a joke in January, a month later, and I met Hazel, the writer. And she's like my big sister, and I wouldn't be here today without her supporting me. And my first friends were exactly the cosplayers that I met in my dream. And Octavian, Eliza, Arena, which is Hazel, and Piper McQueen, which is Jessie, also known as Vintage Misery, on
Follow them.
so that was
Jessie. I think a lot of do not know
That's
Jessie.
my wife.
Yes, same.
My
But
wife. That's my wife.
Jessie, it was also one of my
Someone
first
talk to my wife.
mutuals in TikTok. Jessie, Red Gold Cosplay, and It's Your Girl Cosplays were my 3 first like mutuals, and I was like, now I'm friends with them. I'm like, yes.
right.
Can we talk about how hot Red Gold cosplay Ash is
That's
though?
a
Like, I truly
That's
am
a fact.
Ash.
So true.
Ash, we're here.
Ash was
we're
out
sipping.
here just giving all of us a bi crisis last night.
That's a
No.
fact.
Witness
Listen,
my
I-
on a
It was
Zoom
pan
call.
panic, but
and
okay.
it's like
Beck with the
my
C's
favorite
face
statement.
journey was so intense.
I am a ginger. I blush like crazy, and I also happen to have a very expressive face, which is part of why I knew I could do cosplay, is because my face just does so much already. But I will never live last night down, you guys.
Can
I will
also,
never.
They already said their
Wait.
cosplay.
Oh, I did it.
Ash was
No,
Okay,
Beck,
go
Beck,
back.
Beck with no C, go.
Well, so mine is, it's, so basically I was in middle school and I'm an adult now, so this has been a long time. And I watched Full Metal Alchemist, which is over there, and I was like, oh darn, that's cool. I wanna cosplay that. And actually a YouTube channel called Fighting Dreamers Production I've been following since then, and they're so cool. They inspired me to get into cosplay and start my own channel, which is another thing that like, and now I can't stop cosplaying, and it's a problem. But yeah, I got into Percy Jackson cosplay. Actually, somebody said, "Oh, you know what? I saw you started reading the books. You want to cosplay Will Soulless with me?" And I was on the first book, and I'm like, "Sure, okay." So I googled Will Soulless, and I learned he was pretty gay. So I'm like, "Bet." And that's how I got here.
Beck, I love you so much. I'm so glad we did meet at CosplaCon.
Much
Somebody
ado.
asked earlier how I accidentally cosplayed Clarice. Basically one day I wore the entire Clarice outfit minus the Camp Half-Blood t-shirt. I had a different shirt underneath the overshirt, and I wasn't wearing the beads because I didn't have them at the time. And I was like, this is a really cute outfit. And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, I'm Clarice, and then it just happened. So,
I love you.
I love you too.
So somebody said while they were talking about how they started cosplaying, there was a question I saw earlier. It was, how did we all meet? We all met. For me, it was, I saw Hazel advertising these lives, and I was like, oh, I really want to be a part of that. And so then I became a part of this. But actually, I did meet at Carter's here, Carter and Princess Ponies 81 in real life first. We all were at CosplaCon. And I was in Percy Jackson cosplay, and Princess was in Will Soulless. And I was like, oh my god, I love your Will Soulless. And we took a picture together, and then I found their TikTok, and then I joined the server, and they were on the server, and so we just vibed. So yeah, Beck was also at CosplaCon, but I didn't see them. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I met these people because of Raina. She wasn't my first, but she was one of my first cosplay mutuals. Pretty much like right after I became mutuals with Squishy Heart, who was my first, I became mutuals with Raina, and then she was like, hey, there's this Discord, and I think you should join it because I want to drag you into it. And I came so close to saying no, just because I have really bad anxiety, and I've had like really negative experiences in Discord servers before. But on a whim, I was just like, why not? Like, if it's not good, then I can just leave. And I joined. Best decision that I've ever made. All of these people are amazing. I love you guys.
it should be noted, I did meet Raina before I joined the server, because Raina dropped into my DMs and was like, I see you spam liking my content. I was like, yeah, is it okay if I duet this thing? And Raina was like, yes, please. And so now here we are.
For me, how I met those people, it was because, again, Jesse, and just like I was in the tag in the band AU PJO tag, yeah, and
PJO band AU.
Thank you. I messed up my own tag. So and I was there with Z, and I was there with Red Gold, and then I was there with It's Your Girl and some more other people. And I'm like, hey Jesse, well, like more people. And I asked to go join the server, and then like this flood of people just like there, and I'm like, I want friends. And I do. Like,
I met most. Oh, sorry, you go first, Beck.
Oh, I was just gonna say that Harvey got me into the server, but like I want to tell you, I don't think I told you this, but the day you like told me, oh yeah, there's a server, I fell to the floor. I was so happy because I wanted friends. I was so happy.
I was so happy too, because like I all of a sudden like had all of these mutuals that cosplay Percy Jackson. I was like, oh my gosh, I want, like when I discovered the server, and so I was like, oh my gosh, I want like a group chat with all of my mutuals, but I don't know how to like bring that up. How do you like bring that up? And then I realized that there was a server, and I joined that so fast. You have no idea.
Yeah, so I met most of these, well, not most, I've met all these people through the server that I run for our Percy Jackson TikTok cosplayers, and the whole reason that came to exist is because I was actually still pretty new to TikTok in general, but I became mutuals with Sailor Moon Turtle Frost, who is amazing. I love her with my whole heart. She's fantastic. It really made me feel
She's
welcome
fantastic.
in the
I know.
TikTok community. And I always feel like I need to
Fancy.
give more credit to her than to myself. Like when people are saying like, "Oh yeah, like Hazel's like the queen of the summer," I'm like, guys, I only made this summer because I stand Sailor Moon Turtle so much, and I wanted to have more friends and talk to people. And so I was
Fine.
basically just made a video on TikTok that was like, is there like a group chat I can be added to, or does somebody already have a group Discord? I mean, I'm lonely, I want friends. And there was like, nope, everyone was like, no, but we should have one. And then I was like, okay, bet. And then like literally the very next day I made my very first ever Discord server, which has now grown a lot, which is shocking and crazy to me. But anyways, yeah.
I have a question that I would like us to answer if everybody's done with the head of
Wait, did Reina said?
I don't think Peyton answered either yet. Peyton can go.
I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
get the answer either.
Go. Okay, go. We're so sorry. Oh!
I'm sorry. I'm
Really
like
excited.
going
The stream
to
isn't long
question.
enough.
I mean, we can make it longer.
Can we? Can we
Yeah.
down?
Can we?
Can we
I'm
down?
like vibing with
With
you
your
guys.
I'm
permission,
so
Hazel.
down.
Your
I'm so
permission.
down to stream for another hour.
Yeah, same.
If anybody has to
D&D
leave, that's
at
fine
7.
too. We can like tap someone in if anybody
Yeah,
needs to
I
not
think
stay for
Princess
an hour.
said that they're around if we want to tap Princess in at any point.
Oh yeah. But go.
I'll go real
Anyway, go.
fast. I found a link to the server and just kind of slid in because I really wanted friends, and somehow that happened. And I really love everyone here. I just threw myself in here. I was like, I'm here now. I'll leave if you want, but no one kicked me out. So thanks.
And you didn't even have to sell your soul.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
I found the server because Jesse and I became really good friends on TikTok, so we would just message each other there. And then Jesse was like, "Are you on Hazel's Discord?" And then that's how I joined because Jesse sent me the link, and I met Hazel because I just happened to be in her For You page. And Hazel is the first PGO cosplayer that I saw on TikTok. Also, and the fact that she noticed me, I was dying that day. And yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I had started following a bunch of PJO cosplayers, and because of that, the thing Hazel made, like, being like, I made a Discord, here is the permanent link to the Discord, popped up for me, and I was like, I could do this. I could just do
and now
this.
I have a sister. And now
And yeah, and I quickly realized that I was slightly on the older end of the bell curve of cosplayers on the server, so I was like, if any of y'all need a new older sister, hello, here I am. And like 2 seconds later, Harvey was like, hello! And I was like, oh dear. And now we're
I
sick.
have family trauma. It's fine.
You're so valid. Last
Dude.
night,
That's
Beck
valid.
also adopted
28
me.
flavor of trauma.
I have adopted so many people in this server, you guys.
I just want to.
I am designated older sister.
The way that I
Speaking
made
of-
most of my TikTok mutuals from cosplay was by making fun of myself because I used the audio. I think we can all agree that I'm the three amongst these tens with the caption
No.
like
Stop.
me on joining the
Aggressive
No.
loving you.
No,
We just
no.
like
No.
stormed
The
up.
amount of
You're
people
10 amongst
in
these
this
10.
call who yelled at me for that. Hazel scolded me. Raina scolded.
And I'm gonna say it in the stream so it could be the first time I saw Abby, I said like, whoa, this girl's beautiful. That's what I said.
I'm not
Dude,
gonna say
Abby
you
is like a whole freaking icon. I love Abby.
I know.
I agree.
Whenever you call me your
whole
cosplay
icon.
idol, I cry because you're mine.
You guys are all so amazing,
But you
though.
realize you're a mod, right?
Abby, you are now just like, there are so many excellent cosplayers, but I gotta say that now you are just my mental image of Clarice.
Same. It's so wild. It's so
That
wild.
makes
You're
me
just
the
like,
most happy.
And like, we gotta say, like, if I'm gonna start complimenting people, Raina, Hazel, you guys have, Raina, you are Raina in my
Yes.
head now.
Yep.
And
That's a
Hazel
fact.
has
Hazel
definitely taken
is
over as
amazing.
ES.
Okay.
Okay, I do love my ER cosplay, but Raina, stop denying it. You are so canon,
You are
Raina.
literally on the cover of the. Okay,
We weren't gonna
no.
use that.
Have y'all
Oh yeah, I know. I'm
seen-
sorry,
Thank
but
you for making me care about
Have
like a
y'all-
minor character so much that I have cried over him several
I
times.
cry about him too. I cry about him so much. You don't understand. I love Lee
And now-
Fletcher with my heart and soul.
Oh my
And
god.
now, even though I'm like a year older than you, I cosplay your little sister, so that's
I just want to
what it
compliment
is.
Hazel's armor. If you guys don't know, Hazel's Reina armor is real. It's freaking
Yeah.
real.
Yes.
That's real? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I
Real.
didn't
But I
make
feel-
it. My husband is amazing and likes making armor. That's his thing. He's only made 3D like one piece of armor right now because we don't have the equipment to make more. Because he made it when he was like 15 or something like that. And then when we got married, I was like, "What's this?" He's like, "Oh, that's some armor I made." I was like, "I think I'm about to steal." No. But
I do think that we should
So
take a moment to
cool.
point out that Reyna's armor is all homemade though,
Yes.
and it's
I
still
know.
really, really impressive looking.
Yeah,
So
Reina's armor is so good too. I love.
Please stand a
I
queen.
love my
Reina's
Reina
armor
part-
is
Reina's
fantastic.
partner, all right.
I love it. I love it. So, yeah, my armor I just stole from my husband. It's technically a male breastplate, but technically in medieval times, women didn't really fight because nobody wanted to fight because it was really dangerous to fight. But if women did fight, the few women that probably did fight would have used male armor because male armor is already concaved in the front so that you don't get, like, stabbed. There's room for the sword if it impales your armor to not impale you. So there's plenty of room for the female anatomy in a male breastplate. So I just used that breastplate. So.
That's so valid. So anyway, I'm going to keep reading the questions that I have saved because it is just a lot of adopting in the chat right now.
Yeah, I have a lot of little sibling applications coming through.
But speaking of like family, thoughts on the chat parents, Pluto and Eliza. This was a question that was a while ago, but I love you guys. I love seeing your comments. They make me smile, and I love seeing what I think it's Eliza. I really don't know that I'm saying that right, but I love seeing the little like clips after our streams that you post on TikTok. They're so good.
Provider of audios. Yes.
You produce them so quickly. It's like as soon as the stream is over, I'm already tagged in like 5 things, and I'm like, what
Isn't
is
it like
happening?
How you do it? I don't
the
know,
middle
but you're
of the
magic.
night for Eliza?
What?
It's like the middle of the night.
Oh, yes. I was like, what?
And
is
also,
time zones?
Princess just pointed out that they legit just grabbed their copy of the Tyrant's Tomb to show that our Reyna is right there. Yeah, this is my thing. Even if you guys haven't read Trials of Apollo, if you just look at the cover art for Tyrant's Tomb, Reyna is literally our Reyna. Like, it's
literally. Like that is just Reina on the
Yeah.
cover. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
My audiobook is like right here on my phone, and I can show y'all. You probably can't see it super well, but that's our Reina on the cover of
That's our
Tyrant's Tomb.
Reina right there.
That's all right now.
We just gotta find a cell tower for Reina to climb so we can take a
It's a
picture.
fact.
Yes.
Women of color arena cosplayers that I really love are Desilour, Desylor, and House of Hades, I believe. So, and Cannon Piper as well. They're also amazing.
We stand representation.
Yes.
We really do.
Yes.
Yeah, I think people might have seen this video on my TikTok that I do of princesses, but like where I appreciate a lot of compliments on my Reina and Ian cosplays, I want to make it very clear that I am not a proper representation. I am Irish in my ancestry and German and all the white ancestry, so I am not an accurate representation of these amazing Hispanic women. So just putting that out there. That's important to be aware of and not to erase their like background and history. So
Yeah, no, that's a really.
It's just like, I'm white.
I have gotten a lot of comments on my Drew cosplay specifically that say that I really match people's visualizations of her, and that's really problematic because I'm white and Drew is very much not white. Two really, really amazing Drew cosplayers that you should check out are Dumb Gasian, Leon, who was Drew on stream last week, and also Of the Athenians, Cass. They're
Of the
both
Athenians
really amazing
is so
cosplayers.
good. I love
That's
her.
a fact. And she's also such a sweetheart. Cass is one of the sweetest people I've ever
I feel so
interacted
bad
with.
because I'm gonna get into Malcolm tonight and beat her up, but it's fine.
Love that. I think we're about to do an angst arc together. So
Do it, you cowards, do it.
Hey, Beck, we wouldn't know anything about planning angst arcs, would we?
I hate you guys so much. I have so many of Beck Without a C's things that I have to duet as Clarice because we have a lot of feelings about Clarice and Lee's friendship.
The thing is, you just get a special effects makeup artist and a cosplay that's cosplaying a dead character, and that's what you get. I don't know.
Listen, I have so many videos saved of Bex that I have to duet, but that's because we're doing shipped content of minor characters. I have a problem. It's fine.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean,
We do.
Me and Reina and our baby crackship could never hope to compete with the OT4.
Oh no, no!
Your baby crackship's so good though.
In any content, I really need to get back into Laurel Victor so we can make more Larissa content.
Give me more gay ladies. I love it.
I love that.
Cosplaying the Victor twins is so fun.
I love gay ladies because I am gay lady.
If you've never cosplayed two characters that are identical to each other, I highly recommend it. It's fun.
Would anybody like to answer just a fun question now?
Yes.
Sure.
What's your favorite musical?
Avenue Q.
Okay, I have 3 from different eras.
I'm so sorry, Beck. I'm so sorry.
I can't pick, honestly. I don't know. I really like Wicked, and I also really like Hamilton, and yep.
That's a fact. Hamilton is amazing. I really love Hadestown and Newsies, and also Hamilton.
For me, it's Chicago. Chicago, and then it's Little Shop of Horrors and Be More Chill.
That one's so good. I like Avenue Q a lot. I worked on it, and it was so good.
I've got to say Newsies and Something Rotten are 2 of my favorite musicals.
Mine are
I love
Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like,
oh, and In the Heights. How did I forget In the Heights?
Oh, that's a fact.
In the Heights is so
In the Heights is so good.
Friend time. In the Heights, like when I watch In the Heights, I have never seen so many representation in my life that like I cried because of representation. And like, yes, this is my people because I'm Mexican, I'm Hispanic, so I'm like, yes. I'm just like,
no, it was so good.
No!
And the story of it being it live, I watched it with my dad, and it's like a father-daughter kind of movie, especially with the whole immigration thing. So like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm crying on live again. But go ahead, Beck, I'm done.
Oh no!
I love you, Reina. I love you so much.
I have a lot of feelings, and that's why I was very happy and very angry about that this question got pulled up, because I'm like, favorite, can't pick. But right now, I really, really love 6, and I also, the only show that I've actually gotten to see on Broadway, Beetlejuice, and also Hadestown is just such an amazing vibe, and then like In the Heights and Hamilton hold a special place in my heart. I could go on about theater a lot. Also, yeah, I saw people in the chat mentioning the Lightning Thief musical.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's
course.
I love that musical. It's just not my favorite. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I definitely love that musical. Like when I realized that my grand plan is technically in my vocal range, I actually cried. So
yeah, it should be noted my Spotify 2019 like review most listened to, like the top 5 artists, because the artist for each song is different. My top 5, like all of my top 5 artists were all Lightning Thief musical songs.
Yes. Oh, for me,
so
because of the musical, because of Be More Chill, I saw George Salazar was in The Lightning Thief. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch The Lightning Thief. I saw The Lightning Thief and I'm like, I really need to read the books. And because of Be More Chill, I wouldn't even be here. So like,
wild. I have more questions. Yeah. I am just keeping them, but I'm also trying to keep them short because we're about to like be booted. Also, I wanted to know that Princess, I hate that you love cats. That's it. Also, hi Cass. Hi, the Athenians is here now. Hi. Come From Away does hit different. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the chat. Favorite Riordanverse ship and character.
Well, you know mine, my baby Leo.
Yeah, no, Leo's also my favorite, but Clarice is a very, very close second. And in terms of ships, I mean, Percabeth has my whole heart, but I also am a Chris and Clarice stan, and also a Rugard stan. And the amount of people who have attacked me on my page for making Rugard content by saying, what about Chris? I'm aware. My whole page is about Chris and Clarice, okay?
The solution to all ship wars is just polyamory, you guys.
Just
I mean-
polyamory, guys. Just do it.
Yeah.
It works in real life. It also works in fiction.
Yeah. We got the old before. So yeah.
I gotta say-
I will wait to give my answers because I see we're literally about to get booted.
No.
We have about a minute.
Yeah,
and a
I'll
half.
answer when we get back.
Oh yeah, that is in my chip. Solangelo. That's it.
There's still time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, well, I can do mine really quick. My favorite ship is probably Alex and Agnes. I really like their dynamic. And then favorite character-wise, my favorite characters are Alex and Leo. So I feel like that says a lot about me as a person. I feel like that.
I still haven't.
We're just waiting to get booted.
I also really love Jersey. Jersey is like one of my favorite ships of all time, just because of how stupid they would be together. Like just how like the amount of stupidity and the himbo-ness in that couple. Like
all muscle, no brain cell.
muscle, no brain cell.
No brain cell. That is so true.
I still need to make a video as Talia, just being like, why do all my little siblings have such terrible taste in men? And that labeling it her thoughts on like Persico and Persibeth and Jersey. Just in the most loving team building way.
Exactly.
I love her.
Oh yeah.
Less than 1 minute.
No.
Prepare for impending yeet.
Okay, every
answer-
time
Zoom is phobic.
Princess wanted to be here.
Okay, well, Raina's coming back in a minute, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so
back. We're
are
live.
we back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, hi. Okay,
Hi.
so I saw somebody say that was the elevator music on your way to Olympus. Okay, so I have a story about that. So
boy.
I used to teach or co-teach this class for middle schoolers back when I was in high school, back when I was a senior in high school, and it was a literature class. But the only literature that we read in class was Percy Jackson. And so we went through books 2 through 5 because the year before they had done book 1. All the kids in class had done the book 1, and they had done The Lightning Thief and the first book of King Chronicles and Demigods and Magicians. They read that the year before. So then this year they were reading books 2 through 5. So we read the books, right? And on the chapter where Percy is going to Olympus in The Last Olympian, our activity for that chapter was we all got together and we made a playlist for the elevator music that took Percy up to Olympus. Now, the thing about that is that I actually have that playlist on YouTube. So I know I'm about to lose my anonymity on the chats for here, but I'm the person who's like Nerdy Boberry. But also, if you search PJO class playlist for Percy, you can listen to the playlist. It has curse selections such as Take Me Home Country Road, Night Court, Rockefeller Street, a bunch of Avril Lavigne for some reason. But it's just the playlist that was like what was playing in the elevator while Percy was headed up to Olympus. And it's very amusing to me.
I'm seeing a question that I really like, which is Sarah. Hi, Sarah. I love you. Is asking favorite crackships. And I'm
OT4.
Basically OT4 for sure, and also Laurel Victor X Nissa that me and Raina invented together. But also any crackship that involves Gwen has my entire heart. There's currently 3. We have Gwen X Lavinia, which is a favorite of mine, Gwen X Raina, and also Gwen X Talia. So
Okay, I've been wanting to do this. If anybody wants to do like a crat shift with Dakota, just like Dakota's really gay in my brain.
Okay, Dakota and Dawn though.
Bruh.
I have plans to cosplay Dawn the Fawn. So like,
we're doing this.
Have y'all seen Neex's Dawn the Fawn cosplay?
Yes, and that was glorious.
Oh yeah, that's true. He was.
Also, my other favorite crack ship is Taylor. If you're watching this, Miss You and Miss Fletcher. That's one of my favorites.
That's so good.
Crack ship.
This is a correction. I just wanted to forget for a moment when Taylor and I made Pipe a Beth prom content, and then Raina duetted it and made it the 3 of them.
Pipe a Beth, we stand.
I stand that so hard now.
Talk.
Okay, somebody said Gwen X Dakota, and I want to shut that down so hard because they're both so gay.
They're both gay.
I headcanon Gwen as the most intense of lesbians, and Teal headcanons Dakota as very gay, which
very,
is
very gay.
Somebody implied on my post about Gwen and Dakota going to prom as friends because they couldn't get dates that like I was actually saying that they were actually going to end up together. No, no, they're both very gay.
Beard. They're beards.
They're each other's beards, yes, exactly.
They're each other's beard if they ever date.
I saw a question, and I'm very confused. No, I'm not wearing a tie. Somebody asked why I'm wearing a tie. I'm not wearing a tie. I'm wearing a button-up over my trans shirt. Like, I'm not wearing a tie right now.
Harvey, I like your tie.
Thanks. Yeah, but Neeks doesn't plan to cosplay Don the Fawn anymore, and so I told Neeks that I was actually planning on cosplaying him, so that's where that came from.
But Harvey, we're doing this.
Oh my God, Pluto is spamming multiple Dakota crack ships, Dakota X Jason, as well as Dakota X Bobby.
Dakota X Jason could be a vibe, though.
That's a fact.
Like,
remember that thing you did?
We don't know anything about Jason's relationship status or like previous relationship statuses prior to him getting amnesia, and that's why
Titan's
I
Curse Jason.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say Princess has suggested Dakota X Jason from the Titan's Curse.
Oh no.
Oh. But the thing is, I remember you doing the dancing one, and then I duetted that as Dakota. I just haven't posted.
Harvey has an imaginary tie. Yes, I do.
Dakota X Frank.
Dakota Frank could be a
You
vibe,
get
though.
somebody to do.
That could be so wholesome.
I'm realizing that I don't cosplay any characters with any like ship content.
Hey,
Yeah.
Beck.
Okay,
Beck,
you're
Beck,
valid.
you want to create a crack ship with me? I am good at it.
Oh, we can talk.
Oh, Beck.
Oh,
Sorry, I was just going through the comments that I have.
We're really
God,
good at
I just
giving
wanna-
people
I
emotions.
just want to point out Princess's comment about, oh yeah, not a crack ship, but my favorite rare pair, Luke Castellan and Ethan
Yes,
Nakamura.
Princess's fic on that too is
It's-
so
oh my
good.
God.
You guys should all
Oh
go
my
read
gosh,
it. It's
Y'all
so
don't
good.
follow
Fic on
Princess
that.
Ponies on Archive of our own.
What are
Their
you doing
Luke
with your
Ethan
life?
redemption fic is amazing.
It's
Yeah, I
so
read it
good.
yet.
It's
It's still in
so
my
good.
So good.
It's everything I needed. And also, another rare pair that I'm really thriving off of, because now I'm thinking about it, is Carter Kane and Percy Jackson. It's Percibeth but gay, and it's fantastic.
You're
Still haven't read
not
the
wrong.
yes, the Cadet Kool-Aid.
Hey,
Oh, and Fidelio is also Chef's Kiss.
yes. Oh my
It
god.
should be noted, I'm writing a fic right now where I literally take all of like my gay my gay what's it called? Guilty pleasure fics, not fics, ships, and I'm just putting them in one fic. So for instance, we've got Chris times Clarice times Selena times Charlie.
Guys, I am so here for that ship.
Oh, Pluto. Okay, so Dakota x Pluto, I cosplay both, so I'm gonna do it myself. Yes.
I support you.
Dakota X Kool-Aid.
I know, I saw that.
Oh my.
The best.
Hilarious. Oh gosh.
I love all of my people who help me make Fifth Centurions content. All of the people who cosplay Dakota to my Gwen. It makes me so happy. Soul, I love you, and also Why Am I on TikTok, and also Ellie are both amazing people, and I love all of you guys.
Oh, Why Am I on TikTok? Alex is like one of my favorite cosplayers.
That's
I
a
love
fact.
you. If you're
Same.
watching this, I love you so much.
Yeah, I don't think she is, but she's starting the gender bent hype house that I'm really excited for, and
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do my
auditioned-
gender bent
Audition
Clarice
for that.
cosplay.
Yes. Oh my god, you really do, Harvey. I'm so excited for your gender bent Clarice
I really
cosplay. But
do.
I auditioned my gender bent Leo and my gender bent Travis, and I don't think
I'm gonna
Leo because
audition
Jesse is
for,
also
like-
up for Leo, and Jesse's gender bent Leo is incredible.
I'm gonna audition my gender bent Rachel because I'm
Yes!
actually really
Do
proud
it.
with how that design turned out.
I'm doing my gender and Piper, so.
I love gender bending
We
characters.
have the possibility to ship Dakota with the whole Roman Legion. You're right. However, I would like to say, let's not do Dakota and Octavian content. Octavian
No.
Octavian is cursed enough. We don't need more cursed Octavian
That's
shit.
a fact.
Unless I do talk to Eliza though, and we do for the meme.
And cursed Romans content.
Okay,
Listen,
Gemma just
we have
added
an
I
entire
love Michael
group chat
U.
just
X
dedicated
Fridge.
to
Oh
Dakota
yes,
content.
Michael.
I saw
Michael
that
U. X
too.
Fridge has my entire
I
heart.
saw that one too.
My
and
whole
I got
heart.
really
Every time
happy.
that Neeks goes live climbing on his fridge, I get a little bit more concerned. But I
love it
also
so
really enjoy it.
I have adopted Neeks, and I worry for him so
Never
much.
do it.
It's fine.
I have
He
A
fridge.
question I saw that I want to answer. If
Yeah.
we're done talking about crack ships.
So I just saw a comment, and it was just Sadie times Annabeth count as gay Percibeth, and it doesn't, purely because it doesn't count as lesbian Percibeth, purely because like Sadie, Percy says that's what him and Annabeth would like, their daughter would be like. So, and also she's 13. That's that on that.
That on that.
That's that on that.
Oh, Cass has said gender bent panel.
Oh,
in
we're
the
working
works.
on that.
In the works.
It's work.
In the works.
In the works.
In the works. In the works.
I have signed up.
Same.
Stop.
Okay, I have a question that I
Um,
wanted to answer. I just frantically jumped up to grab a book too because it was what's your favorite inspirational quote, and I didn't want to mess up the quote, and I grabbed the book because my favorite quote comes from Beyonders. I'm really excited. I'm sorry. I just really wanted to share this quote, and then I might hop off so Princess can jump on. My favorite quote of all time that I think is really inspirational is from Beyonders, and I'm just going to read the quote. It goes, "So many misconceptions surround the notion of heroism. Far too many categorize a hero as a champion on the battlefield, a commander of legions, a master of rare talent or ability. Granted, there have been many heroes, who fit those descriptions, but many men of great evil as well. Heed me. A hero sacrifices for the greater good. A hero is true to his or her conscience. In short, heroism means doing the right thing regardless of the consequences. Although any person could fit that description, very few do. Choose this day to be one of them. Anyways, though, I just wanted to share that quote because it's my favorite quote of all time, and I find it really inspirational. And
It's
yes.
a great quote. I have a whole folder.
It's a great quote. I love that entire series so
It's
much.
so good.
It's so good.
I need to reread it.
My favorite thing, I think my favorite thing is the pool ball duel.
Yes.
That's so
These
good.
books are so good. If you
Also,
haven't read these
just
books,
being
you
eaten
should.
by a hippo and ending up in a different universe is also like a vibe. I love it.
One of my favorite inspirational quotes is actually a Rachel Elizabeth Dare quote from the First Trials of Apollo book, which is, that's the nice thing about being human. We only have one life. We can choose what kind of story it's going to be. And I really, really like that quote.
Yes. Also, I have to address, which I also love this series. Have you watched Harry Potter?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
don't hate me. I've seen all the movies. I have not finished book 5 and on. But
Listen, you're valid, and I support you.
I listened to the
They're so
audiobooks.
dense, and J.K. Rowling
so
sucks.
dense, and my ADHD is so bad. So it's
I listened to the audiobooks
valid.
every night. So I own all 7 audiobooks. I just listen to them to fall asleep at night. And so I just go through the books. Like once I finish book 7, I start at book 1 again, and I just listen to them at night.
Along the same line, we have What's Your Hogwarts House?
Slytherin.
I'm a Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw Abbey. Yes.
Yes. Ravenclaw solidarity.
I am a Hufflepuff.
There you go. Okay, I think
I am.
Who's the Gryffindor?
I'm a Gryffindor.
Yeah, we have all the houses.
Oh my god, we have all the
You're like the
houses.
only other Gryffindor I know.
I have a funny story about Gryffindors actually. Okay, when I was in high school, I was in theater. I was a stage manager, not an actor. So let's get that out of the area. Anyways, though, we were doing a 10 for 12, and we were having a lunch, and we realized that one of our people in our group didn't know what Hogwarts house they were in, one of the actors, and we were like, okay, pull up Pottermore. We're finding out what house you're in. Except we didn't pull up Pottermore. There was a test on Hello Quizzy that is gone. I have spent countless hours hunting for this quiz. It was 140 questions. I swear by that quiz. It's gone, though. Anyways, he took the quiz, found out he was a Gryffindor. Sorry.
The quiz I swear by. No, you're so good. I really like this quiz, and you mentioned it, and my brain went. Sorting Hat Chats. If you guys look them up, they're on Tumblr, and they have a WordPress blog. But their sorting system is really good, and I really love it. And
Okay,
I really
you
love
should
the
send
entire
it to the
concept behind
Discord.
Yeah,
Well,
you have.
I will send it. I will send it.
I preached about this quiz
quickly.
before, and I have not taken it yet. But we all openly acknowledged the Pottermore quiz sucks.
Yeah. So we did the Hello Quizzy for this guy. Anyways, let me just finish this story fast. We did this quiz. He got Gryffindor, and then later we were in the costume room trying to like pour a costume piece down. He was like, so do Gryffindors like have like a secret like greeting or like that? And I was like, yeah, we roar at each other. And he was like, what? And I was like, no, you idiot. Like, there's no secret greeting. It's a book series. Like, come on, dude. Anyways, though, that's my Gryffindor story.
But I just wanted to acknowledge that the chat is all standing my roommate's cat, Peanut Butter, who is currently I can't lean forward to type because she is leaning on me so hard, and if I lean forward, she will fall.
Oh yeah, and Princess has pointed out similarly. What are your PJO cabin / godly parents?
We're not answering the Homestuck question, Teal. No.
Homestuck?
No. What are your PJO cabin / godly parents? So
wait. Let me say real
Princess
quick.
did this thing. It was what's your godly tier?
Oh, I'm a Hermes kid. I'm Hermes. So.
No. What was your god tier? It says what's your god tier?
I am a. Wait, what was that? I am something of time. I'm a Rouge of Time. Yes.
Anyway, moving back to the Percy Jackson cabins, Princess did this thing where they like asked us a bunch of questions and like asked us a questionnaire, and then they sent it, and then we all sent them our answers, and
this is how they were dubbed CEO of Vibe Checks.
Yes.
Yes. So that is why Princess is the CEO of Vibe Checks.
But can I say the thing I was gonna say about Harry Potter? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harry Potter to me, it's like, I was freaked out the other day because I thought I was younger than Harry Potter, but apparently I'm 1 year older in Harry Potter, the books, and I'm just like, I was freaked out about it. And I'm exposing myself here. I'm old, but the thing is, Harry Potter has been my life through my whole life, and I'm just like,
Soul,
I forgot where I was gonna go with this.
You. Don't,
But
if you
okay.
call yourself old, what am I?
Soul.
Godly parent. So the godly parent question, right? So because none of us answered it except
godly parent. I forgot where I was gonna go.
I'm an Apollo kid, but I have also been vibe checked as an Athena kid. And Princess vibe checked me as several things, and I can't remember all of them right now. But I identify as an Apollo kid.
Yeah,
I
I
think
got
have it
vibe
here.
checked as a couple different things, but one of them would be like a child of the, I think maybe it was Harmonia, and one of them was like vibe checked as a child of the muse of like handicrafts because I crochet a lot. I definitely vibe as an Apollo kid though, and that's because that also fits me really well because I actually, one of my favorite hobbies is archery, and I'm also like, I've been very musical my whole life. So
I'm probably an Apollo kid because let's be real, I'm very chaotic and I love
That's a
music, and I pick
Welcome to the vibe.
I pick up music really, really easily. I self-taught myself a lot of instruments, so.
Anti-vibe checked by Apollo because I got this sunburn yesterday.
oh
It's
no,
vibe check because you're no longer apart.
So my godly parents, right? So I really vibe with the Roman. Okay, so here's the story behind mine. So I like to think that I'm like a Roman legacy, but I'm a Greek camper. Like I have like a Greek godly parent. Does that make sense? Like if I was sorted into a cabin, that's how it would be.
Yeah, you have a Greek godly parent, but like a Roman grandparent
history
or something.
Yeah,
yes. Like with the Jason vibes, I guess.
So, because like it's the Jason vibes because I grew up in like a military family. So like I really like so I really vibe with the Romans, but I'm very much more a Greek. So I as a kid I really vibed as an Athena kid, but more recently Princess vibe checked me as like Bellona and Hermes, and I really enjoy that because it's kind of got like the Athena bit, and then also like takes into account other things. So those are my vibes.
Nice.
I'm trying to find when Princess vibe checked
I don't know what
I have it pulled out here, but
I don't know what Princess vibe checked you as, Reina, but I remember you saying that you identify with the Roman aspect of Apollo.
Oh, Apollo. I remember like Abby was the one who made me take the quiz. And then
I'd be like,
Apollo,
it's not a good quiz. It's not a good quiz.
It's not a good quiz.
But I see it though. I understand it, and I just find it so funny how like when Abby was like, "Oh my goodness, we're siblings," I was like, Roman.
We're still siblings. It doesn't matter.
We are.
I love Reina.
For me, I have a similar thing for Harvey, from because how my family works, we work like sort of like a legacies-ish, but I vibe with the Hermes cabin. So if any Hermes kid out there, you're my bra or my sis.
We stand a Hermes kid, honestly.
Yeah.
I think
Princess?
I'm an Athena kid, but Princess has not vibe checked me, so I don't know.
Princess vibe checked me as Mars and Aphrodite, and I think that's really cool. Among other things I don't remember, sorry, Princess, but I've also always vibed with Poseidon and Athena.
You're so valid.
Okay. Has everybody answered the question? Because I think
I think
might,
so.
I might
think
so.
switch off for a while, or at least so Princess can hop on the live stream because we love
Yes.
doing this. But before
Hazel, we love you.
before I go, I just wanted to basically do a little bit of advice, just because a lot of people are asking me questions about like how I became inspirational or queen or whatever, all that stuff, and I just wanted to give it out advice because I think that's the best way to answer those kind of things. I just support other people and be nice and caring. You can't understand. I mean, I feel like that's really easy, but a lot of people struggle with that sometimes. Like, I had a really hard time trying not to be competitive with other cosplayers when I first started cosplaying, and then I've got at a point now where instead of being competitive, I just focus on loving other cosplayers and supporting them. It's like when I saw Riga Rada pop up on my For You page, instead of at all I tried to trade myself to a point where I didn't even think about being competitive with Reina. I just was like, oh my goodness, another canon Reina, like another amazing Reina, like, yes. And so instead of being any kind of judgmental at all or any kind of catty, it's just about supporting people. Support that any kind of negative emotion you might have, just turn it into love and support people. And
Hazel,
that's the
you're
best way
so
to make
amazing.
friends. So
I just want to
Hazel,
say
I love
that
you.
post that you made where you were like, I joined TikTok to gain followers, but instead I made friends. And the fact that I was included in that, I literally cried. Like, I actually cried.
And the fact that TikTok wouldn't let you tag us all in one group, so you wrote out like a paragraph for each one.
You gave us all an appreciation comment.
Hazel appreciation hours.
Yes, Hazel.
Yeah.
I
Hazel
was
appreciation hours. Listen.
And oh my goodness,
I've been
like,
following Hazel since like she first announced the buy the book thing, and I
which I
love
have
her so
completely
much.
dropped. I'm sorry, guys. But
You're so valid.
anyways,
Also,
yeah, that's just my advice. Love others. Be amazing.
Yes.
so sweet.
Also, if
Yeah,
any of
let me
y'all
know the
Dark Clarice content, which has been lacking lately because I haven't had a chance to film it because the next part of the arc is very angsty. Dark Clarice was completely inspired by Hazel's Dark Reina AU. So,
I just wanted to use those aggressive audios, so.
you're so
feel
valid.
That. I feel that.
it.
I mean, I get a good amount of it from cosplaying Ia. This is something I'm really strongly opinion about. I feel like people forget that Ia's not a good guy. She's not necessarily like a bad guy, but she's not a good guy. She's very much
Like Deadpool.
neutral.
She's very much a gray character.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
also not
She
a
does-
feminist. She's
She does have
a
men
machinist.
so
Misandrist.
metal
She's
collars,
a misandrist.
Yeah.
jumpsuits, which is like hilarious to me, but also she is not a feminist at all.
No,
No.
no.
That is
Oh,
not
she is.
feminism, y'all.
Totally a misandrist.
Yep.
Misandrist?
Misandrist.
Yeah, she's
Misandrist?
both of those
Pronunciation?
things and like a female chauvinist. Yeah, Reina's great. I stan Reina, or not Reina, Ia. Sorry, I also stan Reina. Ia's great, but she's also not necessarily a good guy. She's very much a neutral guy. So
That's a fact, and we stand you, Hazel.
We stand Hazel.
Stand Hazel in this house.
And Hazel in this house.
Hazel appreciation hours all day, every day.
Like,
Yes, 24/7.
I just want to say that Hazel is probably like the OG Reina on the TikTok app, and she could have like easily like not advertised like any other Reina, but like she's out here supporting everyone, just giving everyone so much love, and I wouldn't have found this place without you, and I love you so much, you're my cosplay sister, and you made such a positive impact on my life.
This is
I
so
can't
wholesome.
wait. I have plans to go meet Regal Reina in real life once this pandemic is over, which who knows when that will be. But once it's over and it's safe to travel, yes, expect amazing
I'm so excited
photos.
for like sisters content. Listen.
Hallmat, guys. Hallmat has my entire heart. I'm so excited.
Yes,
I
I'm
know,
so
I get
excited.
I get canceled so much.
Please, money. I have no money.
Anyway,
Yeah, I was gonna hop off so that Princess can
Yes.
hop on.
We
I
love
love you.
We love you,
Bye.
Hazel.
I might be back, but I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
I'll be here, or I just won't be on the stream. I'll be in the comment section
I'll be
or
Love
doing other
you.
stuff.
Love you,
So
Hazel.
I love you guys all so much. Anyways, we're gonna welcome Princess to the live stream because Princess is also an icon.
Yeah.
And the other, like, really the original idea of house behind this whole live stream stuff. So
CEO of Vibe Checks. All
Yes.
hail.
okay,
Bye, Hazel.
bye.
Bye, Hazel.
Also,
I just
I
really need
saw
to
it
address
earlier-
this. I just really need to address this comment really quick. Hold on. Somebody said Harvey is a reverse Frank ? And yes, I'm sorry. I have been holding on to that, and that is all.
You're so
Also,
valid.
I saw Noah's question. I love you, Noah. And what are your thoughts on kneecaps?
We be taking them.
What are your thoughts on
yeah, I'll
makeup,
take
then?
them.
Hello.
If you're rude
I
and
will.
if
I
you're
will
mean to any
casually.
of my friends or
I
any
will
of my
casually
family,
acknowledge that my live stream chat last night dubbed me the knee napper, short for kneecap kidnapper. And if somebody is being mean to my friends or followers for absolutely no justified reason, not that there is one because there's usually not, I will take kneecaps. I am the knee napper, and we will be making a very terrible low budget horror film trailer at Hallmat.
I love that.
Also, transphobes have no kneecap rights.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a
I
fact.
agree to that. I agree to that.
That's a fact.
By deciding to be a bigot, you have forfeited the rights to your kneecaps.
That's a fact. Okay,
That's a
kneecap rights are
fact.
very
Any type
easily
of bigotry,
confiscated.
you have lost kneecap rights.
I'm making a throne out of your kneecaps to sit in.
Yeah. We'll make a throne out of that. Your kneecaps.
I can't.
Taylor, I love you too. I see you in the chat saying that you love me, and I love you too.
I can't find
Okay.
it anymore because it got buried. But somebody asked, what are some tips for cosplaying? And let's talk about tips for cosplaying on TikTok. If you guys want to.
So I think my biggest tip is to cosplay what you want to cosplay. This goes for cosplay in general. My first cosplay, Miss Martian, I cosplayed it because that was what I could cosplay. I really didn't want to cosplay her. I would have rather cosplay Kid Flash, but I knew that I would be able to pull together like a closet cosplay of Miss Martian, and so I did, and I really hated it. I really hated being in that cosplay. And so I really think that a big thing in cosplaying, whether it's on TikTok or in real life, is just cosplay what you want to and not cosplay what you want to. Like, I don't really care what anybody else thinks. I'm going to cosplay what I want.
Princess, your Zoom name
know.
is Silken Cuss Banana Bread.
I've never related to a name so more in my life than I have now.
Princess, I love you so
I love you so much.
I would like to say, coming in, hello. We stand Hazel in this household. And also Z.
That's
Z.
We isn't even here, but we stand her anyway.
Stan Hazel, Stan Z, that's a threat.
We stand the queens. We stand we stand queens. Yes?
That's a fact.
Hazel and Z are the ones who brought us all together. So
yeah. We really do be standing.
We really do be standing.
Returning to topic of tips, this is more for this topic of duets. I would say if they're looking side by side, then look side by side with them. If they're looking towards the camera, look at the camera towards them as if they're your focus. Try not to break the 180 rule in film. And then lighting really plays a huge part. So if you want to match someone's lighting, you can go ahead and go the extra mile for that. And don't cosplay just because that's what people are asking for. Cosplay what your heart wants you and what you feel comfortable in doing. Don't let people influence you despite the low views.
That's a fact.
Beck and I's Shakespeare content.
Do we stand? Also,
another point.
And
people love to let Gwen flop, but I will cosplay Gwen till the end of time because she has my entire heart, and that's all.
Yes, I did sleep well, thank you. Okay.
Another tip on duets is cheat out if you are side by side. Don't look straight to the left. Cheat out a little bit.
I'm so bad at that.
Yeah,
I'm also really bad at that.
I have to redo so many takes because I realized I was looking too much profile. I was like, I need to I have to stare more like that. Especially
for those of you who don't know what cheat out means, it means rather than.
Sorry, I realize that's theater.
No, you're so valid. It's just I know what it means because theater.
You don't want to be entirely in profile. You want to
do the 3/4.
You angle yourself so that the audience can still see your face.
That's my assistant director, stage manager self popping out.
You're so valid.
The tip I wanted to give is if you're just starting out like me and you have no money like me, don't feel scared and don't limit yourself by oh no, I don't have a wig and so I'm not going to be the right look for that character, because that was a big fear I had when I started cosplaying I really hate the filters that I used on a lot of my early Talia videos, but I used them all because they made my hair look less red. And I'm oh, people are gonna yell at me because Talia has black hair. No one has ever commented about my hair color in any of my Talia videos.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
People, if you
and listen, Talia 100% dyes her hair black, and you can't change my mind on this.
Established canon canon. It has been implied that she's a natural blonde.
Yes.
Well, I feel fine with my natural red hair being for Talia, because in some myths, either Zeus or Jupiter has red hair, like, and that's why there are some wildflowers where I grew up that are like bushy and like reddish pink that are called Jupiter's beard, and so I'm just like, it
Heck
works. It works with mythology.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
I have a really important tip to give in terms of cosplaying on TikTok specifically. It's really important to set boundaries for yourself as a creator with what you're comfortable with, and to respect the boundaries of other creators, specifically with like duet age limits and that kind of thing.
Yes.
Because I've had a lot of situations where I'm a legal adult. I'm 18 years old, and I'm made incredibly uncomfortable by the fact that there are children who continuously create ship content with me, even though I have an 18 plus like rule about that. So please respect other creators' boundaries, and also set boundaries for yourself. Make sure you're comfortable in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to like stick to your guns and set a hard line with it. Like,
That's a fact.
you're not being mean. You're doing the safe thing for yourself and for the minors who ask to make.
And also, if you are a minor,
before they
please be cautious and don't duet adult content or duet content of adults that are like ship duets. Like, be cautious and like be cognizant of what like cosplaying on this app, because there are a lot of bad people out there, and I want you guys to stay safe.
There are adults out there who will take advantage, and I want all of these minors to stay safe. I am so much older than all of you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, take care, babies.
Also, if you get your idea from someone that just put them a little tag like, oh, inspired by blah blah blah. Like, for example, my Juniper, I am way too lazy to put on full grain, and Ace, aka IRL Lavinia, did it first that I saw, where it's not completely green, and plus in the books it was like a tint of chlorophyll and juniper, so I was like, I love that. And then it's just a quick comment, inspired by Ace.
Yeah, always credit creators. If you get inspired by their content, or if you want to use their concept, like we are so here for you guys borrowing concepts and stuff, as long as you give credit where credit is due.
Yeah. You don't need to like put it, if you're like, this cosplay look is inspired by blank, then like you don't need to put it in all of your videos. Put in like the first one. Yeah. And just like say that, because like that's very important to give credit where credit is due. Also related, don't repost art from artists and like not credit them. Just listen, if it's not your art and you don't have explicit permission from the artist to repost it, don't repost it. Don't use it in edits. Don't do like any of that. Like,
I will come for your kneecaps.
I will come for your kneecaps. Hold on, where are my
I'll come for your kneecaps too.
Also, on the topic of art, you guys should check out Princess's Ask blog.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
I've been seeing a lot of like PGO edits with people's art, and it's like, I know whose art that is. That's my friends. Can you please like give them the credit?
Yeah.
Like, I understand that you Google them and you find that copy paste, but
if Google and Pinterest are not sources, saying you found it on Google or you don't know who the artist is are not viable credits. If you don't know who the artist is, absolutely do not use that art. If it's not yours, like, don't use it. And unless you ask the person and like they say they're okay with it, like I understand with like if you're using like Vera's art, you probably can't ask Vera directly because Vera gets a lot of messages in her inbox. But like just putting that credit, like this art is by Vera, that is very important. And you should still try to reach out to artists. Like, allow artists either like most artists do not want their stuff reposted, and just for those who do, they'll probably like say in their bio on like their social media, it's fine to repost with credit. You just need to like make sure you know who the artist is, put that in. And also reverse Google image search is not super difficult. It's literally just click and drag the image into the little search box, and you can like dig through and find the original post.
Also, somebody asked us what our favorite moments or quotes from the live streams are.
Every time that Ace hits on my shoulders in character is a vibe. We're currently playing 2 games with the lives. How many different characters can Ace be when she hits on my shoulders, and how many different characters can I be when Ace hits on my shoulders? And then the second game is how many of our characters can we say have kissed?
I love both of those games so much.
Ace also
I
play
love
a game,
And
so
that's on Gwen X Lavinia.
So my girlfriend, she knows all of the words to blonde boys, right? So if you don't know what blonde boys is, I'm so sorry. If you do know what blonde boys is, I'm so sorry. So my first interaction with Ace was actually this blonde boys chain, Percy Jackson blonde boys chain with Ace and Eliza. Eliza is Sputnik cosplays Octavian icon. You should go follow her. And that was my first interaction with them. And so now whenever Ace is on a live as Will, and I'm also on the live, or like either one of us are playing blonde characters, we have to mention, like, Ace has to like use the, like, say blonde boys at least once. So that's one of my favorite things about the lives. Thank you.
One of my favorite things that's ever happened on a live was in the recent Apollo Kids live, where just the
Is Daddy to go to jail?
That was a great one. I am so glad people liked that. That just kind of was a little bit of a no filter meme.
I almost died laughing.
Character.
You could see me the entire live. I was just like trying not to crack up.
But I also really loved, like, when's my birthday? What's my middle name? Hey, Dad, when did I die?
Ace said, when did Lee die? And I just dryly said, yeah, Dad, when did I die? I love that so much.
The truth is, with that moment, I legit blank. What was like Artemis Roman's name?
We're about to get yeeted.
Oh no.
So I came up with that off the top of my head too.
I'll tell mine when we come back, because I have a good one, and I've been bullied about it all morning. So.
Oh my god.
Join the chat.
Are we live again?
Oh
my god, Z, I love you.
My sister!
Icon.
We're all Z stands here.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
yeah.
Got me on TikTok.
We stand
Listen,
Sailor Moon
I
Turtle with our
love you.
entire beings.
Every time
I
you comment on my
I
video,
love these so much.
I love Z.
Before I joined the Discord for these lives, I said I was talking to one of my friends and we were talking about how the Percy Jackson TikTok fandom is like a cult, and she said, okay, but then who would be the leader? And I said Z would, and I stand by that because we all revolve around Z.
Oh, absolutely.
So agree.
That is a fact. Z was one of the first cosplayers, period, that I encountered on TikTok. I actually saw a bunch of other stuff of hers way before I saw any of her Percy Jackson stuff. And then I saw her Hazel, and she became my visualization of Hazel Levesque for the entirety of me reading Heroes of Olympus.
Z was
Listen,
legit my first TikTok
Z's
follower.
Black Canary, though, really
That's a
slaps.
fact.
And let's
Okay,
talk about that.
Okay,
Okay.
Beck had a thing to share.
oh, sorry.
Yes, sorry, what were we talking about before we left? We were talking about cosplay.
Our favorite moments from our
Favorite
quotes
moments
from
in
the
the
lives.
lives. Yes.
I've been bullied about this all morning. Thanks, Neeks. But my favorite moment was in the 6-hour live when I was Lee and Neeks was Mitchell, and I throw a really bad pickup line, and I was really out of it. So I didn't know if he was like noticed me. So I said like, "Hey Mitchell," and I said like a really bad pickup line, like something like, "Do you have a name, or
What's
can
your
I
name?
call you mine?" And then he just goes, "My name is Mitchell." I hate that
You
so much.
You just said it.
My name is Mitchell.
I hate it so much, but I've been bullied about it all morning, so I had to share it.
Well, that's because we read that chapter of the camp content. It was just all pickup lines. Shout out to White Wolf 64,
Yeah,
writer of camp content, and Nacho Lee on Archive of Our Own. I love
Same
you
person
so
also
much.
just said that they think the first cosplayer they found was you, Harvey.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for whatever it was you saw.
Oh my god. Rez is here in the live chat as well. Hi Rez, we love you.
I love you.
Rez appreciation hours. We love Rez.
I love
There's
Also-
Rice appreciation hours is all the hours too. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Rez
Taylor
got
and
me.
Noah, I see that y'all have been in there, and I love you both.
Rez is an
Noah,
actual
you're an
Gwen
icon, and I
cosplayer.
love you.
Rez is a
And
redhead,
Taylor-
and so is Gwen, and I am not. So if you like my Gwen content, go like Rez's because it's better.
Also, like, Rez's Mallory. Rez was one of the first Magnus Chase cosplayers I found on the app. It was like Rez, Endcos, and Z. I know did a lot. Z was my first TikTok follower. Z got me onto TikTok, and then literally was my first follower because first thing I did was follow Z, and then Z was like, "It's you." It's fantastic.
Lady Abby in the chat has just said that I was the first
solidarity.
cosplayer they found. I apologize.
Don't
Don't
apologize. You're
apologize.
amazing.
Do not apologize.
Abby, you're one of the first.
I do want to say,
What, Peyton?
You're one of the first PJO cosplayers I ever saw.
That's so wild to me. Sorry.
Like,
I
the
do
first
want to say
folks
that
I
I
saw-
do enjoy that there are more Percy Jackson cosplayers on the app now because I joined the app over a year ago, and when I joined the app, there were not. There was and I really was like hyper focusing on Magnus Chase at the time. Loved Magnus Chase, and
I
so
have a Magnus Chase list.
Oh yeah.
there were only yes you do, but at the time there was only like 4 Magnus Chase cosplayers, and I know this because I went through the tag. So it was like Depressed Lucas, go follow them. Depressed Lucas, Wendy Boy, EXE, Reed, go follow him. It was like there was only 4, and Rez I think was one of the first, like one of the like earlier Magnus Chase cosplayers, and I love Rez. Rez, I love you.
I just want to say one of my favorite things is the people who are like new to cosplaying PJO on TikTok who just assume that the fandom has been dead for all time until they showed up, and they're like, I refuse to let this fandom die, or I'm reviving the PJO fandom. It's like it was never dead.
It was never dead. You should come check it out.
Quit telling
Maybe
everybody I'm
you
dead.
should look at the tags that you're using before you use them. Like, because they're tagging their videos like PJO cosplay and stuff. I'm like, go look at the tags. We're there. We're thriving.
Yeah.
If we're
Dobby,
talking
Dobby
about-
Socks is in the chat and said that I was the first Clarice cosplayer she saw. Hi, Dobby, I love you.
Beck, you want to say something first? Because I have something to say after, and I'm wheezing about it.
Okay, so the thing I was gonna say real quick, like, because we were talking about Magnus Chase cosplaying, is that I just very randomly decided to, like, when PJO Parentals was becoming a thing, I was like, I guess I could do Natalie Chase. That could be fun. I could have fun with those vibes. And then I came up with a bunch of sad stuff because I like making myself sad, apparently, and other people sad.
We stand.
And
then I was like, hey, what if I
had seen-
cosplayed Frederick Chase?
okay,
I'm still
yeah.
waiting.
First of all, that's an ongoing like
Theme.
thing between Harvey and I, is how many sets of siblings can we cosplay?
I'm just gonna take a moment to plug PJO Parentals. If you're not following PJO Parentals,
Yeah,
go
but-
follow it. It's Royal Parent Hype House.
When I first started looking at like Magnus Chase cosplayers, like one of the big people that I saw in that tag was Endcause, and I was very much like, I posted this thing that was, I was hoping for a Magnus duet on, that like I made myself cry while filming it, and I'm like, hopefully people like this. And then Eddie did in fact duet it, and I kind of died, and it's one of my favorite videos I've ever made, and it's also one of their favorite videos they've ever made, and it just brings me so much joy. And Princess, does it also bring you joy because you're just dancing?
Yes! I stand Eddie, okay? Literally. Okay, so
Eddie is such an icon. We love it.
Eddie is legit canon Magnus. Like
legit. I love it.
Eddie looks exactly like A, how I pictured Magnus, and B, how I draw Magnus, and that kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Something I absolutely love is that like I have a ton of little siblings now thanks to the Discord, but because of that video I'm like, no, Eddie is just my son now.
Yeah. Like,
I haven't told him yet, but he is my son now.
Yeah.
Well, if he sees this, he'll know.
Yeah,
Wait.
I am.
If you see this, dude.
Yeah, literally, like, second time I was recording stuff for TikTok, I was recording a bunch of Alex stuff, and Eddie was one of the first Magnus Chase. Like, Eddie and Rez were the first, like, Magnus Chase cosplayers I found. Also, Rez got me into Sanders Sides. How dare you? I'm in this fandom now, and now Harvey is making me cosplay Deceit, and this is where
excited.
we're at.
And you styled a wig for Virgil, and I'm so excited.
Oh yeah,
for it.
my
so
Virgil
excited.
wig is back with my skeleton. Hold on.
Heck, without
Here's
a C,
Virgil.
you had something that you wanted to say, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw in the chat, somebody said Beck was the first cosplayer I saw when I was in the Voltron fandom, and I appreciate you so much. That was so long ago for me.
Oh my god.
I love Voltron so much, so thank you.
Me
I
too.
really
But I'm a hate. I the ending though. We're not gonna talk.
we don't acknowledge
We don't
the
talk
ending.
about
That
season 8.
didn't
Season 8 doesn't
happen.
exist.
That didn't happen.
Me being the one person in the fandom who actually didn't
Listen,
mind the
I'm
ending.
okay. I'd have been more okay with season 8 if it hadn't ended the way it did, and it had let Lance like go and live his fucking life. I'm sorry.
Lance
I'm sorry
deserves
for
better.
cursing.
Oh, they can see the Zoom chat on the stream again.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
You're so valid. I just noticed.
I just wanted to double check a question before I ask. So
Yeah, no,
I've
you're
been
so
seeing this
valid.
question repeat several times, and so I wanted to address it because I keep seeing it and it keeps getting rephrased. But I found one that has all of it. So pronouns. We did that at the beginning, but we can do it again because I think we have quite a few more people watching than we did when we started.
No, it's fine.
Wait, we are?
And
And
my
Princess
God.
wasn't here.
and I know people have come on and off, so we can do pronouns again, and then also sexualities, and then it was also added on. And if you have flags, show them.
I will be
Also,
right
if I'm
back.
not saying your user, it's not because it's not me being rude. It's just I'm copying the questions and pasting them. So, we can start at the top left. Wait, no, Abby left. Then Beck, you want to go first?
Sure. So my pronouns are they them, and I'm panromantic. So
Yeah, so
Hi.
sexualities and romantic attractions are it, or romantic orientation.
yeah,
Sorry,
I'm
I
just
meant
like
to
not
say
too
that.
into telling my sexuality in a sense.
You're
That's
valid.
it, yeah.
You're valid.
You're valid.
Okay, Abby is
Abby's
back.
Once She puts her headphones on.
All right.
Okay.
I'm here.
Hi here. I'm Soul.
Oh, I swear.
Guys, the amount of dad jokes, the amount of times that I've returned to Zoom calls after walking away and said I'm back and had Soul say hi back, I'm dad. It's so ridiculous.
I am dad. Okay.
Oh, were we waiting
Okay.
on me to do the pronouns thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're in the top left. Well,
I'm-
but Beck already went. But yeah.
I'm
Anyway.
Abby, she, her pronouns, and I am a bisexual with pride. And that's why I vibe with Clarice really hard. So
You're right, and you should say it. You're
Yes.
Oh, it's me next.
Yes.
I am Beck, just with a C instead. I use they, them, or she, her pronouns. I'm cool with either. And I am biromantic and asexual. And I don't have a bi pride flag, but I happened to have this right
Heck
next
yeah.
to me. So we're gonna just go with this. I
an icon.
almost used this for Natalie Chase, and then I realized that might give off like incorrect vibes. So
Runs in the family.
Who's next? Am I next?
you're
Peyton
not
is
wrong. You're not wrong.
Peyton,
Peyton, you're next.
Okay, cool. My pronouns are she, her, and parents are lurking, so. Okay.
I love you.
Peyton, I love you so much.
Valid.
Peyton, we stand. Peyton. Am I next? Okay.
Yes, Harvey,
Hi,
next.
I am Harvey. I use he or they pronouns, and I am bi demi. I don't know beyond that. Attraction's weird. I like girls, envies, and sometimes guys, and that's where I'm at.
That's valid.
Freyna, it's you.
And
She, her, and my environmental ace.
Reyna, you're super quiet right now, so maybe repeat
yes,
that but
I
louder.
hear you.
Hello?
Oh,
Yes,
there you
that's
go.
better.
Better.
That's better.
She, her pronouns, and I'm biromantic ace, but I'm in the closet, so I don't own any pride stuff.
I'll be
That is
prideful
fair and
for
You guys
valid.
are so valid. We support. We support.
I don't know
Listen.
where my ace flag is.
We love you, Peyton. Peyton, do you
I
want to
am
type
so
it if you want to
jealous.
answer it?
I held up a piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wait.
So it's you. Soul, it's you.
Oh, me. Okay. Hi. I am Soul. I use they, him pronouns. I am a non-binary, non-conforming person, gender non-conforming person in the trans spectrum. I don't know where I fall yet. It's so confusing. I am pan romantic. I'm still figuring that out. I know I'm pan. I like people.
You're valid. I love you. So.
Same.
I love you, Soul, so much.
Hey.
And now
Princess.
for Princess.
Okay, so I'm Princess. I use they, them pronouns, or at least I prefer they, them pronouns. I will also accept all pronouns. And I'm non-binary arrow ace. Non-binary arrow. And I found my ace flag.
I am jealous of your
The
flag
flag
collection,
collection.
honestly.
This is
No,
flag
I want to
collection is
go and steal
iconic.
your flag.
Yeah, let's see.
I have no flags. I
One,
only have like
two,
one
three,
flag over
I
there.
got one.
I
four,
really
five, six,
trans flag, but I don't
seven,
have any flags.
8, 9. I
Well-
think I miscounted. Somewhere around like 9 or 10.
No,
I-
that's
no, I
incorrect.
didn't.
I have a classic. I have a classic pride flag, like the rainbow flag, that I crocheted entirely. That is like so long and wide that when I have it out, it just has to go over the back of my couch because that's the only place it fits. It's a time. I actually finished crocheting it at the first Pride Festival I ever went to. I was like
It's Anne.
at the outdoor patio of a bar just crocheting because that's the type of person I am. And I actually had a few people come up and compliment me because they could tell that I was a scared young gay who had no idea how to be social at a bar. Which
Oh, that's
is
I know I didn't say it earlier, but gender-wise, I am a transgender queer dude. That's how I have found the best to describe it. So, purple and white and green flag to Princess's left. That's mine. That's
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Demigirl is
I
the thing
held
I
up
vibe with
Transmax.
most, by the way.
Yeah, I don't have any flags because reasons family doesn't like it. So, yeah.
Vibes.
Why do y'all think
I don't have
could-
flags just because I always said that I wanted to get my flags from a pride, like I wanted to get my flags from somebody who was in the community selling flags, and not from like Amazon or anything. And I had just have not been able to
Mine's from Amazon.
do that yet.
Mine are all from Amazon, except for a couple that are from Pride.
No, that's so valid. I have feelings about this.
I have crowd anxiety, so I've never been to Pride, which
You're
is
so
why I got
valid.
mine on Amazon.
That's a valid mood.
It's so valid.
Anyway, so we have a special guest for this question to finish this question off.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, I thought it was putting in the bottom of the screen, but it didn't. I'm vibing in the background as to the conversation. I just wanted to show off my ace flag because I love it, and my younger sibling, who is a non-binary member of the community, got me this flag, and I just love my little sibling so much, and I wanted to show off my flag. So yeah, I go by she/her pronouns. That I'm ace, ace, demi. I don't really know.
Hazel, I love you.
But
You're incredible.
You love you, Hazel.
Anyway, though, that's all. I don't want to make the everyone look too tiny though, so I'm gonna hop back off. But
We love you.
We love you, Hazel.
Love you, Hazel.
Oh, in the comment,
Completely non-related question.
I want to read out a comment here. Oh no, it got lost. But anyways, it was by X Manuel. They said that they were on Soul's Live and they just really appreciate Soul because they talked about how frick man, I really can't find. Okay, I was in one of Soul's Live and I said people were bullying me for being a cosplayer, and Soul went all inspirational and told me that I should be myself and stuff. That's why Soul is an icon, and I just want to highlight that because I love Soul.
Oh,
That's
cool. I
so
love
sweet.
you.
In this house, we stand Soul.
Yes.
Yes.
We do stand
I
Soul.
stand Soul with
Soul
my
is an
entire being.
icon.
An icon.
Yes.
Despite
a
the
true
fact
icon.
that they will insist to argue that they're not, they are.
They are. They're such an icon.
I'm just here to like to vibe everybody up because I love
Okay,
I
so
think
you can do that, but we're gonna do the same thing to you. So and
Yes.
deal with it.
Yes.
Somebody asked how long we've been on live. We've been on live for almost 2 hours
2
now.
hours,
Some of us
yeah.
have been on longer because
we're
we
just
actually, if you're a
continuing.
Patreon, you could get early access to our live.
Yeah.
You
And
me
experiencing
following,
like
uh,
15 minutes
me
to half an
not
hour.
realizing we were live for patrons and just singing and dancing to myself until
It's okay.
someone reminded me people could see me.
That's why they pay to get the early access.
Pay for the
Pay
privilege
money
of
to see
us
me
not
make a fool of
knowing.
myself.
Okay, but so all the closeted gang, I got a question, and I heard Harvey say he is Han romantic. I did not say I was Han romantic, but that's funny because Han Solo could get it.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's about all. That's my comment on that. Point being, does anybody have advice for people who want to come out but are scared to? I want to address this question. I really want you to make sure that it's safe and you're in a steady and stable position before you come out. I was safe enough when I came out, but I was not very stable, and I would not rather have not come out when I did, but I had to. And I was forced to, and I want to make sure that everybody knows that it's okay to be in the closet. It's okay to wait. It's okay. And we're here until you are able to and ready to come out. So
I also just want to acknowledge the fact I can't stress how important it is to make sure that you're not openly talking about other people's sexualities without their permission, because I have been forcibly outed by many people in the past, and it's not a fun experience.
Same. It's not fun. It's not a fun time for anybody involved. Be cognizant of who you're talking to and what you're talking about.
Don't repeatedly ask your friend what their sexuality is if they haven't been willing to tell you. Like, don't force people to tell you. Not fun.
Yeah.
So I know this just came into like coming out 101, but that's my thought process.
This has
And
been
and it needs to be said. It needs to be said.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Bye, Z. We love you.
Bye, Z. I love you.
Hi, sis.
I didn't realize I was talking on mute again, but love you.
Pulling Arena,
Oh my
guys.
gosh, pulling
For
Arena,
context,
guys.
we
We're
refer
pulling
to
Arena.
speaking on mute on Zoom as pulling Arena because she does it so often.
Also,
I also saw a question that I would also like to answer. So would anybody like to, can we answer this one? Because I really like this question, and you can just answer. So how did everyone pick their username and or your preferred name?
I'm so lame. Mine's just my name. It's my first name.
Mine was a random 3 a.m. thought. I woke up one day and went, I am the raccoon prince, and like, what does that mean? And now that's
It means you're a really dope Annabeth Chase cosplayer.
True fact.
Mine
For me, stand my sister.
Actually,
I was okay. So I'm still a homestuck.
I hate you. I hate you.
And teal is my favorite, one of my favorite colors. Fox, it's like my thing. Foxes are my thing. And then of course, teal is Teresa's color. So I see you. I see you. Yeah, more hope.
Hold on, I can do one better.
Oh boy!
I could have put in my will and become Dave's static.
Okay, so I've been in the Homestuck fandom since 2011, and that's been my name since then, almost 10 years. So yeah, that's my name, Teal the Fox. Somebody else.
in the Mexico.
So Abby and Soul have answered. Beck, do you want to go because you're next?
Which Beck?
Which one?
No C.
Oh, okay. My name derives from, I used to go by Riker instead of Beck, so the RY is just, to pay homage to what I used to go by, and Dayhaven is actually my YouTube channel, so yeah.
Also, you should go check out their CMVs.
Oh yeah, their CMVs are
so
amazing.
I love them though. But if any of my Dayhaven cosplay friends are watching, I love you guys.
I picked Regal Reina because I just like the royal aesthetic, so hence Regal and then _ Reina, and that's like my username for like everything. So catch me on other social media with that.
Back with a C.
Back with a C.
Back with a C.
Mine is based on my actual name, which I'm not gonna say my legal first name for reasons, but I am named after 2 literary characters, and so like that's a running joke with my family, is that I was just destined to be a huge nerd because my parents literally named me after 2 of their favorite literary characters. So I am born to be a book nerd. It's a thing.
That's fair.
That's so valid, and I love that.
So I think me and Princess are the only ones who haven't answered this question yet. So back when I started cosplaying, I really wanted to I really like cosplay, and I really wanted to be sure that I was sharing my cosplay. And when one of the cosplayers I watched who turned out to be like super toxic, but let's not go into that right now, said that you need to come up with like your own like handle to like be recognizable. And so I was just trying to like come up with something at the time, and my old name had to do with angels, and so that's where the angel comes from, because that's like a running theme in like all of my usernames throughout my life. And then Ace is because I was trying to figure out my sexuality, and I'm on the Ace spectrum, but I'm not like Ace. So Ace Angel Cosplay was my username. And then Harvey literally came to me in a dream. I woke up, I was like, in that dream I was going by Harvey. I don't hate it. And here we are.
My mom was asking me if your name was based on Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I've been trying to avoid that question. I've been trying to avoid that question for so long. Why did you put it up?
Because my mom asked me the other day.
It's not. I swear it's not. I'm pretty
also,
sure my
she's kind of your mom
actually
too now.
picked it up off of. I'm pretty sure my subconscious picked it up off of a pick crew, because I'm really into pick crew. I make pick crews of anyone and anything. And so there's this one that I like, and it's called Harvey's Pit Crew, and it has Harvey on it in big bold letters. And I think I fell asleep playing it, and then I just woke up. I was like, oh, I like Harvey, and then went about my day. So that's the story of how I got named by a pit crew. All right, Princess, your turn.
Okay, so mine, okay, first and foremost, I have been on the computer literally my entire life. I could use a computer before I could read. Literally, I was like 2 or 3 years old being babysat by like my uncle or something. And my mom and dad came home to my uncle sing with me on the computer. I was the one on the computer, not him. He was just like making sure I didn't do anything. And when they told me to get off the computer, like, because it was like time for me to go to bed or whatever, I literally just like, my mom says that I use the computer better than some of her coworkers, and she is a medical device engineer. Yeah, but so I've been on the computer literally my entire life. So I was like 5 or something. This was like when Webkins was brand new. I got a Webkins account. My first Webkins was the cotton candy pony. That's like, it's pink and blue and it has sparkly hooves, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And my sister was like, you should make your username Princess Ponies. Since like up until that point, I had just been using like random variations. I think like Lily was like my go-to username or something, like something whatever Lily. I was like, Princess Ponies. I was like 5. This was the coolest thing I'd ever heard. So I made my username that on Webkins. I still have a Webkins account. I don't use it, but like you can add me on it. I probably won't accept because I have no
I love
Webkins
you so much.
I think. And
White pixel.
And yeah, so my username on Webkins was Princess Ponies, and then it became my go-to username on everything. And around like 5th grade, I joined a Warrior Cats roleplay forum because I was really into Warrior Cats. And I wanted to like, I was looking for like games of Warrior Cats, and I found a roleplay forum, and I was like, okay, I can vibe with this. That was also how I joined Feral Heart, but that's a different story. But the username Princess Ponies was taken on that, so I became Princess Ponies 81, and that kind of stuck. So now it's my username on literally everything. Like, if it's not Princess Ponies 81, it's Princess Ponies. Yeah.
Right, Raina needs to take a second and say.
Oh, I just want to say that I have to go because I have a meeting, but I love you guys and thank you for being a part of this loving community. And I'll
love you
tomorrow.
We love you, Raina.
Love you guys.
Love you, Raina.
I love you guys. I'll see you in the chat if I come back. Bye.
Okay.
And you guys have
Okay.
these Zoom calls honestly take forever. Okay. Also, Hazel, if you can hear us, I think the timer is showing on the
Yeah,
Oh,
the notification is covering the screen.
Okay, love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So, I have something to say. White Wolf 64, Tiff, you have the N64 in your username, and I love that. Thank you for my life. I saw that, and I just got really happy. That's all I have to say on that.
I would also like to acknowledge that Eliza is in the chat saying, everyone, cool nickname story, me and Abby, name. So yeah, my name is just my name, although technically Abby is not my full name, but I prefer not to go by my full name for a lot of reasons that we're not going to go into, but yeah. It's just
yeah, so my name in the chat too is based off, I can't change it. I've tried, YouTube doesn't like it, Google doesn't like it, and I have too much attached to this Gmail to like just switch over to a new one. So my name is based off of my old name. So that's where we're at.
Oh, I didn't. Oh yeah, go Peyton.
Peyton, what'd you say?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, yeah, I use Raccoon Prince versus my real name because I use my real name on stuff that I'm okay with my like boss finding out about, and then Raccoon Prince and all the stuff that's like more personal that I don't want anyone to find. So that's why you sometimes see my real name in the YouTube chat.
Cool. How I choose name, I actually took months to choose soul. I had a list of like 50 potential names. And then I turned it down to like 20. And then like again, I saw more names and it grew again. So I went back and forth like trying different names. I tried the thing of like going to Starbucks and like, well, not Starbucks. I don't like Starbucks. Like going to coffee shops and like tell you their names and they're like, no, I don't like this name. So I was just like, it took me months to do Soul. I just recently, until like last summer, I chose Soul. So I'm still getting used to calling myself Soul. And sometimes I slip up and call myself my old name, which I don't like. So yeah.
Would anybody like to give us a good fun question to start heading, like good fun questions to start heading toward the ends on? Because these were the last of my questions that I had saved, like my stockpile. Because we're gonna end in about 6 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems about good.
Yeah.
You're so valid.
Oh my
That's
God.
incredible.
Yes.
I might go live on TikTok later and vibe, so if you guys want to come vibe, come vibe.
To study for finals.
Because we have not answered OT4 questions, I might go live on TikTok and answer them as I get into Malcolm. So come check me out.
I'm gonna be there in the background, I swear.
I just want to say, Lady Abby, stop asking me if I have opinions on doorknobs. Doorknobs are a necessary thing. This is a thing that happened in my live stream last night. Lady Abby hates doorknobs, but doorknobs are a necessity for functionality in society. So,
oh yeah. Also, there's a question from a while ago I want to address, and also a second one. Because I realized I don't think I answered my favorite moment from the live streams, which is definitely I think it was like my first one with Ace as well, where we were going back and forth just like flirting as Nico and Will, and there was if I win we make out, if I lose we also make out, and also okay, absolute favorite is probably I forget what the like original question was. Oh, it was like, has anyone ever, I was Nico, Ace was well, and it was like, has anyone ever caught you like doing romantic stuff together? And so I think it was Z said like, yeah, Hazel like walked in on the two of them one time and are just like making out, and I tried to steer it back towards like being just like purely like, oh, they were just like kissing, and like Nico gets really, really flustered, like really, really easily about romantic stuff. And then Z just popped out with the, I've never seen someone pressed up against a wall so hard. And I died.
I was watching this and I just had to pause, and I'm like,
Z was the last person I expected that from, especially as Hazel.
Can we just
blushing on your behalf.
Can we take a minute to talk about just how wild and like spontaneous Z can be on stream? Because that stream that we had, that was like where Z was Beckendorf and Ace was Selena, they did not plan to do that proposal thing.
They did not.
They just kind of decided in the moment that she was gonna do it, and they just went with it, and it was wild.
Somebody watching my streams that doesn't have TikTok? That's so wild. Hi.
What?
Hello.
No, one of the chat parents doesn't have TikTok.
Oh my gosh. Hello. What do you think of us? Holy
oh my
crap.
God, they'd be missing out on so much crack content. Do you even understand the context of half of the things we talk about?
Okay, so as somebody asked this question, I'd really like to answer it because I do have like a specific favorite fanfiction that I've read.
Yes, I wanted to answer this one as well.
also, I did have to address one question. It was, Harvey, how do you feel about being the dad friend? And I'm the dad friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you are. Yeah, you are.
Okay.
You really are.
Also, we only have like 3 minutes left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite fiction I've read. I really like the threads, Percy Jackson related. I really like the threads that bind. It's really good. Persico content, not Persico. Jersico, not Jersico. Fuck.
Yeah.
shoot, not cursing. Nick, Jason and Nico. I can't remember. Jessico. I found it.
Yeah.
It's really good. I enjoy it. It also has Percy if you're interested. Anyway, and then, but like my favorite all-time fic is Costumed Identities. It's a Voltron fic that is a cosplay AU, and it's like my favorite fic ever.
Send it to me.
I'm gonna
I'll send it to both of you.
I'm gonna casually advertise Princess again because Princess Pony's on AO3. Their Lukey Thinfic is probably my favorite fanfiction I've ever read in my entire life. So yeah.
Oh, it's
I'm also working on a college AU with Solangelo and Fiero Chase.
Yes.
Funny thing, I read a couple of your fics before I ever met you.
1 minute and 45 seconds.
Okay, we should probably say farewell, but.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Also, the other question I wanted to address from Neeks, Princess, how do you come up with the Nico having Michael's kneecaps? I have a plastic skeleton, and I was legit just like fiddling around with Nico having like a freaking skeleton leg because I have it, and I feel like you would, and I was trying to hint at it being Octavian's leg actually in that first live, but then I slipped up and said son of Apollo instead of legacy of Apollo, and it ended up being Michael Yu.
Wild. All right, now we gotta say bye because we have less than a minute, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully we'll be able to do more out of character lives in the future. And we have some really fun panel concepts coming up, so stay tuned and we love you.
Yes.
Like every special
Go check us out every
and of course,
a day till Sunday.
we love you. We feel so tomorrow, some of you, some are not. But yeah. We love you.
We love you guys all so much. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, we are wait 1 second. There we go. Okay, so my camera's really bad, but I was on mute when I made this announcement while I was on stream with everybody else. But I think I'm gonna be going live in like 10 minutes on this same YouTube channel, making the Percy Jackson characters on Sims 4 because I finally got it down on my computer. So if anybody's interested in tuning on that, it's gonna be on the same channel. So, but now we're gonna go ahead and throw up the end card, and that'll be up for a little bit, so you guys have time to like check out the people I linked on there. So, thanks for watching, guys. Okay, and now just a shout out to all Patreons who are listed on the side there. Gemma, Tiffany, and Ainsley are amazing, and thank you guys so much for donating $10 a month to us. There's lots of amazing Patreon perks you can get by joining our Patreon, and that's going to be just Patreon at Patreon/Hazel the Writer. And it's also linked in the description of the video. So if you want to donate, we'd really appreciate that. You get some awesome perks out of it too. There's different levels of donations and all that kind of stuff. Then also over here on our left-hand side, we have all of our TikTokers who are on the live stream today, so go ahead and give them a follow on TikTok. And thank you guys all so much. We're going to be live every day this week until Sunday at the same time. So